Hi guys, welcome to another Sunday here on Kids Church Online. I hope that everybody's had a really good week and that you've enjoyed the good weather and that you've been able to get out for nice long walks. This week we've got an awful lot happening. We have got a memory verse with Rebecca, we've got Belinda for a craft, we're going to sing a cool song, and we also have got Megan who's going to tell us a story about Joseph. It's a really good story. Some of you maybe already know it. We're going to be thinking about it for the next couple of weeks and looking at how God looked after Joseph even through the bad times, that he always had a plan because you know what? He's got the whole world in his hands.
Good morning, boys and girls, and I hope that you're enjoying Kids Church today. For our story, over the next couple of weeks, we are going to be looking at the character of Joseph. And that's to link in with church and the mums and dads so that we're all learning the same story and the same lessons. So the character of Joseph we find in the Bible, and in fact in the very first book of the Bible in Genesis. So I want you to listen to the first part of the story today because we're going to be hearing about the start of Joseph's adventures. And I want you to watch the screen very carefully because there might be a special visitor that pops up on your screen. So let's get watching. The Forgiving Prince, Joseph and his brothers, from Genesis 37 to 46. Jacob had 12 sons, but of all of his sons, Joseph was his favourite. One day, Jacob gave Joseph a splendid new robe. It was beautiful and rich with all the colours of the rainbow. But it made Joseph's brothers jealous. They wanted a rich rainbow robes too. Hi everybody, I'm Joseph and today has been an amazing day because my dad has given me a beautiful coloured robe. But I have 11 brothers, you see, and he didn't give one to them, and do you know what brothers are like? They're a bit annoyed about it, but this is a present and I love it and I look great, so I'm just going to wear it anyway. I don't care if they're annoyed. Then, to make matters worse, Joseph kept on having these special dreams. I dreamt I was the greatest. I was a king. Joseph told his brothers, and you all bowed down to me. Now, I'm sure you know, even if Joseph didn't, that telling your brothers things like that isn't a very good idea. Joseph's brothers hated him even more. They wanted to kill Joseph and his dreams. Well, good morning, everybody. You're back again. So, last night, you will never believe it, I had the weirdest dream. I dreamt that the sun and the moon and that 11 stars were all bowing down to me. And like you can see, I'm still wearing my lovely robe that my dad got me today. So I put it on and I went down and told my brothers and my mum and my dad about the dream, and I explained to them that the sun and the moon were my mum and dad and that the 11 stars were my brothers and that they were all bowing down to me because I was the king. And do you know what? I just can't believe it because all of them seemed to get even more annoyed than they were yesterday. They were cross and they thought I was being boastful, and they just didn't take it well at all. But that's the dream I had, and I wasn't going to lie to them. I was going to tell them the truth. One day, that's exactly what they tried to do. They tore Joseph's rainbow robe off him and sold him to slave traders for 20 pieces of silver. The traders took Joseph to Egypt and made him a slave. The brothers went home and lied to their father, telling him that Joseph was dead. That's the end of that dreamer, they thought, but they were wrong. So guys, you're back, and today just really hasn't been a good day. As you can see, I'm not wearing my coloured coat because my brothers took it away from me. And even worse than that, they decided that they were so cross with me that they were going to sell me to traders for only 20 pieces of silver. and now I have no idea where I'm going. I don't know who I'm with, and let's be honest, I'm just really scared. But there's one thing that I do have on my side, and that's God. So I'm just going to keep praying and keep trusting in Him, because even though I am scared and I am worried at all this change that's happening around me, I know that He is in control, and that He is strong, and that He is powerful, and that He has a plan for my life. And I know in my dreams that it's going to be amazing. So I'm just going to keep trusting in Him. God had a magnificent dream for Joseph's life, and even when it looked like everything had gone wrong, God would use it all to help make the dream come true. So I hope you all enjoyed the first part of Joseph's story today. Things aren't looking very good for Joseph at the minute. After boasting about his dreams and his coat, his brothers got really annoyed. And really, we kind of understand, because what Joseph was doing wasn't very nice. But what the brothers did was so much worse, selling him to the traders. What a horrible thing to do. And you're going to have to tune in next week to hear about what Joseph gets up to. But the very important thing to remember is that Joseph is going to be okay, because he has God by his side. He is still praying and trusting in Him, and he knows that it's God's plan for him and that everything is going to work out for the good. So I'll see you all next week for more Joseph adventures.
Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it, and they are saved. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it, and they are saved. Blessed be the name of the Lord, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High.
Do it again.
Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it, and they are saved. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into it, and they are saved. Blessed be the name of the Lord, blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord Most High.
Hello, nice to see you again. I'm so glad that you are back for another week of Children's Church.
It's a great story this week. I hope you're enjoying it. All about Joseph, learning more and more about God through all of these stories. I have another memory verse for you today, which is from Psalm 20, verse 7, and it's, "We trust in the name of the Lord our God." And it's really good to learn these memory verses, but also we need to stop and think for a little second about what they mean. So whenever we say we trust, putting your trust in something means that you know that they, for example, it could be a person. You could trust a person. You know that they are telling you the truth. You know that they are good to you. If you trust a person, it might be like your teachers or your parents or your friends. If you trust somebody that you know is good to you. So we trust in God because we know that God is good, just like we've been learning in all the stories, in the Easter story, Joseph, Noah. We know that God continues to be good. So we trust in him. And we trust in his name, and Jesus' name, God's name, is very powerful. And that is the name we trust in. We trust in a God who does not change. Even though lots of things in the world might change, he does not change. And so we trust in his name. And that's really important, and that's really encouraging for all of us. So when we learn these memory verses, it's great to know what they say, but also we have to think about it in here as well. We have to think a little bit about what that means for our lives. So whenever we say, we trust in the name of the Lord our God, that's really important because that means that we are keeping our eyes fixed on him, and we're always remembering who it is we trust in, not in things of the world, but we're trusting in God who created all of the world. And so to help you remember this, I was thinking this week about what we could do that would be a little bit different, something that we've never done before, or I have never seen this done in First Donegore before. Maybe First Donegore somewhere, but not in Sunday school. I've never done this in Sunday school. So I was thinking of a good idea and I thought of a really good one, and then I had to actually follow up on it. So I'm now doing it. And I am gonna share with you a little dance challenge, okay? And we're gonna have the first ever, I think, Donegore dance challenge. And I'm gonna play the memory verse as a song, and I'm going to show you a dance to it, and I want to see if you can try to memorize the dance and do it to the song. So for parents at home, if you want to practice with this, it is Seed's Family Worship, Psalm 20 verse 7, and you can dance along to the song if you want. I have made a TikTok for you. I've never made a TikTok before. This is my first one, so please be nice with your comments on it. But if you want to try and copy my TikTok, that would be wonderful. So I challenge you, and here it is.
We trust in the name of the Lord our God. We trust in the name of the Lord our God. We trust in the name of the Lord our God. We trust in the name of the Lord our God. We trust in the name of the Lord our God. We trust in the name of the Lord our God.
Hi everybody, how are you? It's Beescraft time again. So today we are just going to learn about Joseph. We've been learning in the story. We've had our memory verse time, and what we're going to do today is make a Joseph. And we're going to do a Joseph with his multicoloured coat to remind us of the story today, and also to remind us that we must trust in the name of the Lord our God and in nothing else, not in fancy coats or anything like that, but in the Lord our God. Now, today's craft, I'm going to show you a little one first of all. This is what we're aiming to do, okay? If you don't have wool, there is an alternative, don't worry, that I'm sure everybody will have in their storehouse cupboard. So what we have to do is we have to get some card. Now if you don't have card, what I would like you to do is maybe get a cereal packet and cut out up around it. It's a good thing that you can usually use, and you use the blank side of it. So if you are good at drawing, I want you to draw the shape of a man. As you can see, mine's not wonderful, but it will do. If you are a little bit smaller and need someone to help you, that's good. I'm sure Mummy and Daddy could draw you a man. And what I want you to do is I want you to cut out right round the little man. This is our Joseph. Not worrying too much if it's absolutely perfect, but what I would like you to do is make sure that it's all cut out nicely. Now, whilst I'm cutting this out, I will tell you some of the other things that we need. We need some glue. We need some, there we go, put the card over here. We need some glue. We need some scissors. We need some card, and we will need some wool. Now, we have now got our Joseph. So what you can do is, we're going to do his coat, and then we're going to do his face, because you'll have to do his face afterwards. So I've got lots of different coloured wool left over from some projects that I've been doing, as you can see here. So what you can do is, you just get a piece of wool, and round his arm, if you can see, you just wind it round. Now the first wind round, make sure you cross it over so that it winds round nicely. Then cross it over his body, wind it up round his arm like this, then up over his body a couple of times again, and then round his lower body, bring it down a wee bit, because it is a coat and it goes right the way down over the tops of his legs, and there we go. There's our little bit of. So we then cut off, leave a good bit there, and at the back, tuck it in and wrap it round and tuck it in again. Can you see that? So that it stays nice and tight. Let it hang down. We can always cut them off at the very end. Now, that's wool one done. Then we're going to do the next one. Maybe start as a cross this time. Do it like that. Make sure you get one over the top of each other so that you're actually catching the wool in, and keep winding. So the aim of this is to cover your Joseph with, you can go round his legs if you want, and go right round. Make your Joseph as colourful as possible. There you go. I'm doing it quite quickly now. I have loads of different colours of wool. You can do it with just, if you've only got a few colours of wool, that's fine. Just any old leftover bits Mum has. When you've finished, make sure that your ends are all sort of cut off short at the back, okay? And then we can get to go on his face. Now we can just draw eyes, a nose and a big mouth. And if you want to, if you have some brown wool, or I'm going to do gold wool, you can put some hair on him with some glue. So I can put some hair on this one here. He's going to be a long-haired Joseph with just a little bit of my glue. I've got some sticky glue here. Prick, if you have it, might do. If not, if you've got something like this, it would be great. So here we go. And you can put more strands on to keep Joseph nice and long. Okay, I'm going to cut off that wee bit at the back. So we've got Joseph. All right, we have his multicoloured coat. And what, if you have no wool, that's another thing. I have a suggestion that you can use on another project that was used. Was we've got bits of spaghetti, and I'm sure your mum might have those in the cupboard. If you've got some felt tips, colour in the bits of spaghetti, can you see? And stick them on, break them up and stick them all over Joseph, and make his multicoloured coat out of spaghetti. You can do it with even with small shapes of spaghetti. You could even, if you were really adventurous, do it with some grains of rice and colour those all in, but that would be something that maybe it would take quite a long time. but you can do that as well. So keep going over and over and over until you have finished your Joseph. Now this Joseph's a bit different. I don't want them just to be like that. I want them covered completely. As you can see, this one here is completely covered. You can put some sandals on, some feet on him. And then at the end, we have a little memory verse that we were using today with Rebecca. And it is just here. Can you see it? It is, "We trust in the name of the Lord our God," Psalm 20 verse 7. And what I want you to do with that is, I want you to stick that on his chest as if he's holding it, because that's what Joseph had to do. He had to trust in the Lord God. And then you can use that as a little reminder of your story throughout the week, and also to remind us that next week we're going to learn something more about Joseph, because the adults are learning about Joseph as well, and so are we. Now, that's our craft time finished for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'd love to see some pictures, please, of all your nice Josephs in their technicoloured dream coats.